Are you maximizing your 401k? Because if you're like most people, you're probably leaving thousands, maybe even tens of thousands, on the table without even knowing it. Here's the kicker. There's a new rule in 2025 that just changed the game for folks in their early 60s, and almost nobody's talking about it. Plus, I'm going to show you the one move that could literally double your money overnight. And no, it's not some crypto scheme. I'm Eli Pennywise, and I'm here to cut through the financial BS that nobody else wants to tell you, especially when it comes to the stuff that actually matters for folks like us. Welcome to 50 Cents of Advice, dropping dimes of wisdom, 1 cent at a time. Today we're diving into the fundamental strategies that'll help you squeeze every last dollar out of your 401k. We'll cover the employer match secret that's literally free money, the new 2025 rules that could boost your savings by thousands, and the investment mistake that's costing you more than you think. Stick around till the end, because I've got a bonus tip that most financial advisors won't tell you. The free money problem. Let's start with something that should be obvious, but somehow isn't. If your employer offers a 401k match and you're not taking full advantage of it, you're basically telling them, nah, I don't want that free money. It's like turning down a raise. Actually, it's worse than that. It's like turning down a 50% to 100% instant return on your investment. Where else are you going to get that kind of guaranteed return? Certainly not from that Chia Pet investment strategy Uncle Larry keeps pushing at Thanksgiving. Remember the old Ginsu knife commercials? But wait, there's more! That's precisely what an employer match is. Except instead of getting a second set of steak knives, you're getting actual money that grows over time. Here's how it typically works. Your employer might match 50 cents for every dollar you contribute, up to a certain percentage of your salary, often 6%. So if you're making $60,000 a year and you contribute 6%, $3,600, your employer kicks in another $1,800. That's free money, people. You just made $1,800 for doing absolutely nothing, except what you should have been doing anyway. And here's something most people don't know about employer matches. There's a sneaky timing issue that could cost you thousands if you max out your contributions too early in the year. I'll explain that in a minute. The 2025 game changers. All right, let's talk about what's new in 2025, because the rules just got better, especially if you're in a specific age range. According to multiple financial institutions, including Bankrate and Fidelity, the contribution limit jumped to $23,500 for 2025, up from $23,000 in 2024. I know, a $500 increase doesn't sound like much. But here's where it gets interesting. If you're 50 or older, you can throw in an extra $7,500 in catch-up contributions, bringing your total to $31,000. That's already solid. But here's the big news CNBC reported in January 2025. If you're between 60 and 63 years old, there's a brand new enhanced catch-up contribution of $11,250. That means you could sock away up to $34,750 in 2025. That's more than what a brand new Corvette cost in 1984. Remember when we thought $13,000 for a sports car was expensive? Now that same amount doesn't even max out your catch-up contributions. Why does this matter? Because according to Bankrate's 2025 Retirement Planning Guide, the more you contribute early in your career, or later with catch-ups, the better off you'll be when retirement comes calling. We're talking about compound interest, that magical force Einstein allegedly called the eighth wonder of the world. By the way, how old were you when you first started contributing to your 401k? Drop a comment below. I'm curious if Gen X started earlier or later than the boomers watching this. The fee vampire. Now let's talk about something that's quietly draining your retirement account like a vampire in a three-piece suit. Fees. According to a 2025 analysis from The Motley Fool, many 401k plans offer target date funds that automatically adjust as you get closer to retirement, but these can charge high fees. And when I say high fees, I mean fees that can cost you tens of thousands over the life of your investment. Here's the thing. That same Motley Fool report notes that index funds are composed of hundreds of investments designed to mimic market indexes like the S&P 500. And they're some of the most affordable investments you can find. Think of it like the difference between buying your music on Columbia House's 12 CDs for a penny deal versus paying full price at Sam Goody. One option makes way more financial sense, even if you did forget to cancel that Columbia House subscription and ended up with a bunch of CDs you didn't want. The difference between a fund charging 1% in fees versus one charging 0.05% might not sound like much, but over 30 years, that 1% could cost you literally hundreds of thousands of dollars. Reducing how much you pay in investment fees is part of maximizing your gains. That's basic math. Speaking of investment choices, there's one diversification mistake almost everyone makes, and it has nothing to do with picking the wrong stocks. I'll reveal that in just a moment. The diversification myth. Okay, remember how I said there's a diversification mistake people keep making? Here it is. According to U.S. News & World Report's 2025 Retirement Strategies Guide, investors often believe that holding funds at different brokerages spreads their assets across categories, but that doesn't achieve true diversification, since those investments won't be coordinated with each other. Let me put it this way, and I'm quoting directly from financial experts here. Your investment portfolio should be like a well-balanced diet, all things in moderation, with a bigger focus on the healthiest investments. Remember the 4 food groups pyramid we learned in school? Meat, dairy, grains, and fruits, vegetables. Your 401k needs the same kind of balance. You wouldn't eat just bread for every meal, even though we tried in college. And you shouldn't put all your money in one type of investment. That same U.S. News report emphasizes that diversification should happen across asset classes, investment styles, tax treatment, geography, and company size. And here's something interesting. In 2025, international ETFs are actually outperforming domestic ones, so don't sleep on global diversification. Alright, quick money break here. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you know I'm not a sign up for 12 credit cards and pray kind of guy. But if you're already maxing out that 401k match, you're in a good spot with debt, and you've been thinking about a solid travel rewards card for those retirement trips you're planning. I do have a few referral links that help keep this channel running. I personally use Chase Sapphire Reserve, Amex, and Capital One Venture X. If you apply through my links and get approved, the bank sends me a little thank you bonus, and it doesn't cost you anything extra. Huge caveat here, and I mean this. If you're carrying high-interest credit card debt, or you're still trying to hit that employer match on your 401k, skip the fancy rewards cards and focus on getting those fundamentals locked down first. Your future self will thank you way more than any airline points ever could. Links are in the description if you want to check them out. No pressure, no FOMO, just options for those who are ready. Alright, back to maxing out that retirement account. The rebalancing reality check. Here's something that doesn't get talked about enough. Rebalancing. According to a 2025 report from Royal Fund Management, many investors fail to rebalance their portfolios, potentially missing out on growth while taking on more risk than intended. Think of it this way. Say you wanted a 50-50 split between stocks and bonds. Nice and balanced, like a well-made old-fashioned. Speaking of which, remember when ordering a fancy cocktail meant getting a fuzzy navel or a wine cooler? Now we've graduated to craft cocktails and portfolio rebalancing. We've come a long way. But if your stocks grow faster than your bonds, that same Royal Fund Management report shows your portfolio could become 80% stocks, meaning you're taking on more risk than necessary. Rebalancing means periodically buying or selling assets to maintain your initial desired asset allocation. As you get closer to retirement, managing risk becomes even more critical, and increasing your bond holdings may be a smart move to help preserve your savings. That's not my opinion. That's what the data consistently shows across multiple financial planning studies. The true-up secret. All right, remember that sneaky timing issue I mentioned earlier? Here it is. According to CNBC's January 2025 401k guide, some plans offer what's called a true-up. basically a deposit of your remaining employer match for employees who max out their 401k before year end. If your plan includes this feature, you can max out early without worrying about losing part of your match. But if it doesn't, you could lose part of your employer's matching contribution by maxing out early. Here's why. Most employer matches are per paycheck. If you max out your $23,500 contribution by October, your employer stops matching for November and December because you're no longer contributing. No contribution from you equals no match from them. So check with your HR department about whether your plan has a true-up feature. According to John Yu, a certified financial planner quoted in that CNBC report, if your plan offers this feature, it's a green light to contribute aggressively from day one, maximizing your market exposure. The Roth consideration. One more thing we need to talk about. According to WTOP News' 2025 retirement planning analysis, a Roth 401k, which is funded with after-tax money, allows for tax-free withdrawals in the future, and this becomes especially valuable for those expecting higher tax rates in retirement. Remember when Ronald Reagan told us about trickle-down economics and lower taxes? Well, here we are decades later, and tax rates are complicated. If you think they're going up in the future, a Roth 401k might be your ticket to tax-free retirement income. Traditional 401ks are funded with pre-tax dollars, and growth accumulates tax-deferred until withdrawal. The question is, do you want to pay taxes now or later? If you're in a lower tax bracket now than you expect to be in retirement, Roth makes sense. If you're in your peak earning years and expect to have less income in retirement, a traditional IRA might be better. Or do both for tax diversification. Are you team traditional or team Roth? Let me know in the comments. And if you're doing both, you're playing 4D chess, and I respect that. The 1% solution. Here's the thing that ties all of this together. According to that same CNBC report, even 1% yearly increases in your savings rate can make a substantial difference thanks to compound growth over time. Let's say you're contributing 5% right now. Bump it to 6% this year. Next year, make it 7%. You probably won't even notice the difference in your paycheck, especially if you time it with your annual raise, but your future self will definitely see the difference in your retirement account. It's like how we didn't notice gas prices creeping up 10 cents at a time, until suddenly we were paying $4 a gallon instead of 99 cents like in 1998. Except this time, the gradual increase is working in your favor. Look, we've covered a lot here, but here's the bottom line. Your 401k isn't some set it and forget it Ronco rotisserie. Remember those infomercials? Set it and forget it. Great for cooking a chicken. Terrible advice for your retirement. It needs attention. It needs a strategy. And honestly, it needs you to stop leaving free money on the table. So let's recap the moves that actually matter. 1. Get that full employer match. It's literally free money. 2. Take advantage of the new 2025 limits, especially if you're 60-63 with that enhanced catch-up. 3. Watch those fees like a hawk. Index funds are usually your best friend. 4. Diversify for real, not just across different brokerages. 5. Rebalance regularly to keep your risk in check. 6. Check if your plan has a true-up feature before you max out early. 7. Consider the Roth versus traditional debate based on your tax situation. And 8. Increase your contributions by just 1% each year and watch the magic happen. Know someone who needs this? Be a friend. Share it. Seriously, your buddy who's still contributing the bare minimum to get the match? Please send them this video. Drop a comment below and tell me, what's your biggest 401k challenge? And if you want more straight talk about money stuff that actually matters, hit that subscribe button. We're doing this together. I'm Eli Pennywise, and that's your 50 cents of advice. Keep the change.